It's the Rush Utah High School Sports every day set hut. The state track and field championships going on this weekend, Larry. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday up at BYU. And we're spotlighting one of the greats to ever do it in the state of Utah, Davis DeGroot from Bonneville. And you could really argue if speed and if jumping is the purest measurement of an athlete, just like Carl Lewis is the greatest American Olympian of all time, Davis DeGroot might be the greatest athlete we've seen in the state of Utah. Holds the state record for the 200, the 400, the long jump. He's right there in the 100, ran a 10.47. Go watch him because this is his last run at it before he goes to Kentucky. What a career he's had. Finals on Saturday. Setting or extending his state marks. A lot of people are anticipating one of the best shows in the state. 20.68 in the 200, 45.46 in the 400, 24 feet and 1 1/4 inch in the long jump. Go check out the best show going right now in track and field. That's Davis DeGroot. Speaking of all-time greats, how about Lily Alder for Timpview, her senior season, one of the top runners in the whole country. She's got a top 10 time in the nation in the mile at 4 minutes and 38 seconds, Larry. And she'll be racing for Timpview. The T-Birds, great tradition. She's going to BYU. Her parents were great runners, and she's continuing that. She's represented the state of Utah all over the country in all these races, and now she's doing it at BYU. Let's go, Lily. We're all pulling for you. It's going to be a great weekend. Brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Trust the boys that sell GE and Samsung at AWP. They've been supporting Region 9 athletes for over 25 years at AWP.
Do you feel dumb for thinking there was a shot a non-Region 9 team could win in baseball?
Maybe a little bit. You know, you got to have stuff to talk about. And one of the things this year was, well, there are some elite-looking teams outside of Region 9. Region 9 has had a great year. They usually have a great year. This was and it's proving to be a great year because there's 3 teams left and they're all from Region 9. And Snow Canyon just beat Provo to go to the state championship with half their team sitting out. They're playing a bunch of sophomores and they win. It's the biggest game of the year. They're playing a bunch of young guys, and they beat Provo, who's a heck of a team, to go to the state championship. So Snow Canyon, if they go on to sweep the state title, this is going to go down as, I think, one of Coach Reed Seacrest's best teams there as far as just firepower and what they're doing. Their pitching's awesome and deep. And then you've got Crimson Cliffs and Desert Hills going to a third game today, which is awesome to see those two programs duke it out to see who goes to play Snow Canyon. So yes, I feel silly for trying to make it seem like this year maybe somebody else, some other region could beat Region 9 in the championship, because this is an all-time year for Region 9. So it's been crazy. Congratulations to these 3 teams that remain. I know that Desert Hills and Crimson probably going on right now as we're doing this, but we'll see who makes it to the final. Sponsored by Grass Creek Construction, bringing visions to life for over 20 years.
How about Eliza Kesterson going full Reggie Jackson against you in top?
Yes, Eliza Kesterson, we bow to you, regardless of what happens. They're playing Deseret Peak this morning. Deseret Peak is having a great run. I mean, as an 11 seed, gotten as far as they've gotten. Dixie is the 7 seed, knocks off Uinta. Eliza Kesterson, 3 home runs, 6 ribbies. Morgan Staley also had an incredible game. 4 hits, 2 ribbies to get Dixie the upset win over Uinta, who's one of the best teams in the state, for a chance to play Deseret Peak this morning, for a chance to go and get another chance at Bear River, who's a juggernaut, and everybody's anticipating Bear River versus Desert Hills in the final. 2 top teams playing each other again in a final. But Dixie upsetting people. Deseret Peak upsetting people. So who knows what the heck can happen. But yes, Eliza Kesterson, that's an incredible Reggie Jackson performance in the playoffs. She's our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker of the week so far. In a week of Playmakers, in May, the biggest time of the season, she's Miss May and our AWP Playmaker of the week. Congratulations to Eliza Kesterson. What a performance. This segment is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier basketball facility in all of Southern Utah. For tournaments, camp schedules, leadership trainings, go to netsonfire.org. Welcome back. It's The Rush. The champs are in the house. We got Kanab baseball, 2A state baseball champions here with us. We got Coach Brinkerhoff. We got Colton Blomquist, Kyan Lyman, Brogan Verosco, and Hayden Gubler, the seniors on this team. Thanks for being here, guys.
Absolutely.
Coach, let's start with you. What a dynasty you've got cooking in Kanab. 3 out of the last 4 years, you guys have been state champions. But let's talk about this group of seniors that you brought today and what they've brought to the program and once again achieving the title this season.
Yeah, so these guys were actually the freshmen when I started being the head coach here. So they've been really with me for day one. So these guys were new to the program. I was new taking over. So, I mean, it was a learning experience on both ends. But it was great to mold these guys over the last 4 years to see what we wanted our program to be. And these guys bought in from day one. And they are just tough-nosed kids, and we knew that from day one. They've done everything we've asked them to do, so I just couldn't be more proud of these guys.
What was there like the most pivotal part of this season for you, Coach? Like, can you think of a part of the year where you're like, oh, that one game or that one situation put us on the path to, I mean, you went on this long streak to end the season of not losing and dominating. I think you guys were scoring over 13 runs a game for the last, 12, 13, something games like that. Is there one part of the season that kind of really sparked this group to make the run?
Yeah, honestly, I think we look back at the Beaver game that we had at home. We got beat, 10-2, something like that. And after that, I think we kind of hit the reset button. And after that, we really just took off. These guys, they were resilient. We went back to work. We thought coming in the first region game, we thought we had some things figured out, but we went back to work. These guys were ready to get back to work, and they saw that we needed a lot of work to do. And so on their end, that's great of them to realize that we need to get back to work and get better. And so I think, honestly, from then, that's when we started making adjustments at the plate, things like that. And those guys stuck with it throughout the rest of the year. I think the rest shows for itself.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Hayden. We'll just go down the line here, Coach. Hayden, looking good, buddy. Let's go through the state tournament a little bit. You had 1 or 2 kind of close games, and then you put it on everybody else. Just take me through experiencing that and then getting San Juan in the title.
So we knew we'd probably have Gunnison going in, and we knew they got 2 stud pitchers. And so that whole week we were kind of watching, Coach House watching film, watching game changer stuff, and just kind of going over Pickett and over Sorensen. And we didn't know which one we'd get. Coach Brink thought we'd get Sorensen. Coach Spud thought we'd get Pickett. But we ended up getting Sorensen, and we just knew, and we had Walker on the bump, Walker Baird, and we just knew it was going to be a battle. And we know Walker's not going to give up a run, so we just knew we just had to hang in there against Sorensen. And sooner or later, the ice was going to crack, and we were going to break through with him and score a couple runs. And then Beaver getting knocked out was big for us, we kind of were expecting to see Beaver at some point in the tourney. And once San Juan beat them, we're like, oh crap, San Juan. Going into the tournament, we had no clue that San Juan was going to be a powerhouse like they were. And so when we found out we had San Juan, we're like, oh crap. So we started going through their pitchers and stuff, looking at them, and we're like, we just got to hit the ball is what it comes down to against this team. We just got to hit the ball and trust our pitching, and
Yeah, worked out. Brogan, let's talk about those bats and how live they were basically all season for you guys, but especially when you needed them most in those big games against San Juan in the championship and all through the tournament. What was it about this year and this lineup it just seemed like you could count on everybody 1 through 9.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was definitely our strength for sure. I mean, it was 1 through 9, but it was also your 1 through 9 could have a chance to hit an extra base hit for like a double piece and like score everyone. And it was just big because for me, like, it's just like it took the pressure off. You know, it's like I have to score these guys, but I know the guy behind me is going to score if I don't do my job. So I just got to catch a barrel. So it's just huge to have that behind you, especially in front of you. I mean, makes it easy just to find a barrel.
Was there disappointment of not getting a chance to see Beaver because they lost early, or was it like, because in my view as a spectator, the top 4 in two-way were super competitive this year. Like that semifinal round was like 4 really good teams. Was there a disappointment in not seeing the team that I know a lot of people thought, oh man, the number 1 seed could have been easily Kanab. You guys are the 2 seed, but what did you think about that?
Yeah, I was for sure looking forward to play Beaver. When we play them, it's always a good environment.
Yeah.
Competitive baseball is my favorite baseball. I mean, just with the school history, like us being rivals with them as well, it's just, especially at BYU, it would have been so sick. So a little disappointed, but at the same time, I'm happy that we were able to get through and come out on top.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, thanks, Brogan. Let's go to Kyan on the bump this year for Kanab. What was your favorite part about this year, aside from winning the state championship, Kyan? Maybe a personal favorite game that you played in and played well, or just something with the guys that you'll remember from the season?
Of course, main thing I'll probably remember. Our coach was always telling us, just because kind of the last of the last, being seniors. So I have like lots of memories of trying to like take as much as I can in. But for the most part, I think my favorite time. It's a couple of times, but I think our practices were always fun. We always had lots of energy. Always there to get better. There's nothing funner when you're having fun. Trying to get better, being competitive. Talking a little shiz, but at the end of the day, you're all buddies at the end of practice. So that's always fun. But probably my favorite memories is at the end of the season, we like to do a little competition, like the bats type stuff. And remember that was probably my funnest stuff. You got the JV squad yelling ex-girlfriends in your ear and trying to make fun of you, trying to get in your head, and then as you're facing like our 9 lineup. So that was probably my favorite part of the season.
Awesome, that's great. Tell us a little bit about your teammate to your right there, Colton. What it was like playing with him this year, what he brought to the team, and just kind of give us some inside scoop about what he's like. As we were mentioning earlier, we've all kind of played since we're like 7. So I know Colton really well. Cole's a dog. He's always getting better. He's usually the first kid in the cage, and as you can see, it showed off for the state tournament. He had a heck of a tournament. His bat got really hot. He's a dog out in the outfield. I don't know if you watched some of the game, but he probably saved my butt against San Juan. I left fastball down the middle, and he had an amazing catch out left. Probably saved it from a triple, scoring 2. So he's always really good. He's a dog in practice, brings the energy, nice leader. That's what I got from Bloomer. Awesome. That's great. Colton, Coach Briggerhoff was just talking about these 4 years with you guys. How much, pride will you take the legacy you guys have left with this program and kind of from the time you were a freshman, helping it, build into this juggernaut that it is today?
I think I'm going to take a lot of pride from it. I mean, these last 4 years of baseball have done a lot more for me personally than any other sport has. Craig's really turned the program around, but he's definitely set it in the right direction. It's been fun to be part of this program, and looking back, being able to tell my kids I was part of the start of a dynasty, if that's what you were calling it. Yeah. I just think that's awesome, and be able to tell the stories to my kids and everyone around me. That's great. Colton, I meant to have the other guys do this, but I'm going to have you tell me about Hayden.
Just give me what's he like as a teammate? What did he bring to the team this year?
Goob is a dog. I mean, he's a well-spoken young man. It seems like he always knows what to say and when to say it. Football season, he really shows off. He's a visual teacher, and he shows people how to do their roles. And even though sometimes he might not be the best at it, he still goes out there and does it better than you can, which sometimes gets under your skin, but it makes you better in the long run. But yeah, he's a really awesome dude, and I know he's gonna do good in the future. And I was happy to have him on a team with me, and yeah.
Beautiful. That's great. How many of you guys are multi-sport athletes? Everybody. Love it. Love it. That is so great. That's becoming rarer and rarer these days. Okay, and then Hayden, tell us about Brogan, buddy.
Old Brogue. Me and Brogue, we have a lot of pictures of each other when we were little. We met in preschool. Brogan was playing on the playground, and I kind of walked up to him. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm playing Pirates. You want to play?" And so from day one, we kind of been best buds. We lived pretty close to each other. We ride our bikes and hang out. But me and Brogan, we've played sports together all our lives. We've competed with each other. We know each other really well. Brogan is probably one of the hardest working people I've ever met. He put so much time into the things that he likes to do. He put countless hours into football last summer. He put countless hours into baseball this winter. And I'm going to take that and try to apply that to my own life.
Wow. Quite the witness there for Brogan. Very well done, Hayden. Brogan, I don't think we've had anybody to talk about Kyan yet. So tell us about him and we'll get you out of here.
My favorite memories about Kyan that kind of plays into how this year ended was last year he pitched in the semifinal game against Beaver. And he didn't do that great. We walked away with the win, but he was a little upset with his performance. And so throughout the winter and stuff, he'd always just talk about, doing better in that game, finding the role, sticking with it. And he got a pitch in the semifinal game this year, and he was lights out. I mean, he was one of our more confident pitchers. There would be times I'd walk up to him, I'm like, dude, I need a ground ball. I haven't got one in a while. He's like, coming your way, next pitch, ground ball my way. He's super confident, such a stud. And, I've loved watching him grow.
Excellent. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for missing trigonometry to come and be on the show today. Coach Brinkerhoff, Dynasty in Kanab, Colton Blomquist, Kyan Lyman, Brogan Verosco, and Hayden Gubler. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Quick break. Back with more on The Rush right after this. The Milford Tigers state champ softball team here with us on a Monday. How's it going, Coach?
Going good. We're still celebrating.
Yeah, we got a parade to get you to here in a couple of hours, so we appreciate you squeezing us in. And I know we got Jaden McMullen here, we got Miley Wilden and Staley Beebe, three of your stars from this year's team. I'll start with you, Coach. Just take me through tournament play. You won the final championship game 15-0, but tell me about the march to the title and bracket play.
Yeah, so we went in the number one seed. We put together a tough schedule, so we was hoping that would build us to get to the number one seed. Played some bigger schools.
Yeah.
Picked up some 2A, 3A. Opened up Thursday against Pinnacle. Got a good win over them. And then turned around and had to play Paiute, who just come off a great victory against Penguins. They had some momentum coming into that game, but was able to get an 11-4 win on Thursday. And, our goal going up there was one game at a time, one day at a time. So we wanted to make sure each day we showed up and got our goals accomplished on that day. So Thursday was our goal to get to Friday, and we did the job Thursday and made it to Friday. On Friday, we had to play Altamont the first game, and we come out a little flat. We weren't ready. Altamont was ready. They come off a hard-fought battle against Wayne, got a lot of momentum in that game, and we didn't show up and play our best. So.
And remind me, Coach, they got up 5 runs or something?
Yeah, Altamont, they actually, I think they was up 10-0 after the first 2 innings.
Oh.
On us in that first game on Friday. So we're talking the winner's bracket semifinal.
Yeah.
Got up. In the first 2 innings, we made a lot of errors, didn't play good defensively, probably a little nerves. We were a pretty young team. So, just being on that state tournament stage was different. And, coming from being the first year of playing 1A softball, and in previous years, right, we're going up and playing up against them bigger schools. All the 1A teams you're lucky if you get to go there and play more than 1 or 2 games at state. So we didn't really get to experience that kind of emotion and feeling that you get playing in a state tournament.
Gotcha.
So we were flat. Altamont come out. They put a 10 spot on us after 2. And then the ball game ended up in pretty much a 3-3 tie for the rest of the game. So at the end of the game, we lost, but we played how we should have for the last 3 innings. And so we felt okay about it. So, and then that put us up playing Wayne on Friday night to get into the championship Saturday.
Amazing. All right, Jaden, give me your take on the championship game, the final one. You guys blew them out 15-0. What was that game like for you personally, and just, what did you guys do well to get the win?
I feel like after beating them the first time, we had a lot of momentum going into that second game, and we all wanted to win just as bad as everyone else. And we played our best game, I think. We beat them 15-0.
Yeah.
We were just focused, and we knew our job, and especially at the end of the second game, we just knew we needed to make the pitchers throw strikes, and we had a good approach at the plate that make them throw strikes. We were okay with walking.
Yeah. I saw they walked you 13 times, something like that, in that last game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
12 walks and 3 hit batters, I think, was the final.
Wow. All right, so you guys were making them work. Let's go to Miley. Miley, congratulations on the championship.
So, well, it was really fun to play this game. We really had a good game that game, I think. That we worked really hard. We didn't give up. We just kept going. We had a crowd, a big crowd to help us win this game, and they were just always supporting us, and so we never gave up. We had 0 errors? Is that what it was? We had 0 errors that game, so I felt like we had a lot of motivation to do that.
And can you kind of describe what it was like? I'm going to ask you about your teammate. Let's talk about Staley. What's she like as a teammate, and what do you admire about her game, and what did she help, bring to the team this year to help you guys get to the top?
Oh, so she actually brought a lot of motivation to us. She's amazing. She catches for us. She actually caught for Jaden this weekend, very last game.
Oh, nice.
Was such an amazing catcher. We were just on a roll, and she was too. So it was just a perfect game.
And then Staley, I'll ask you the same thing about Miley.
Miley's a leader on this team. She's a senior. She's been on this team for her whole high school career. She's been in the ropes of state. She knows what's going on. And, when it came to the state game, she was all in. She was willing to do anything she could to get us where we were. And she was pumping everybody up, and it was really big to have a big leader like that at that big game.
And then actually, I'm going to have, let's do Miley again and talk about your other teammate, Jaden. Give us a little insight on what it's like playing with her.
Oh, Jaden's amazing. She's an amazing pitcher. We love her on our team. We actually have done a lot this year. I love to motivate her on the mound when she's there, because I know what kind of pitcher she is. She's an amazing one. And a hitter. She's the top of the lineup. That's why.
Yeah.
So.
You guys, I think, were picked in the Deseret News preview at least to finish second. Obviously, it must feel great to finish on top and kind of outperform where people might have thought you were going to be. Let's go back to Jaden. I guess, can you tell us a little bit about this program and kind of the evolution of getting to where you are now as state champs? What is it? What's this program like? What are your emphases that you have as a group? And maybe shout out another teammate or two that were kind of X factor players in your tourney run, Jaden.
I feel like we all started, like, we've all been playing together since 10U, and we decided that, like, we wanted to take softball more seriously and build the program. Like, me and Miley have been playing since we were 9-10 years old. And, like, so we just have good, like, chemistry. We all have been playing for 6 to 8 years. And, I feel like we've had the goal to win state, and we've been working on getting 1A so that we could get that goal. And I feel like our team became like a really close family. Like, we were all close. We were all friends. We all hung out like outside of school. Like, building that close relationship makes it more fun and easier to do good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I was going to ask Coach, what does the forecast look like for next year for you guys as far as returners and then some of the other top teams coming back who you'll be competing with to try to repeat next year?
Well, that's one of the things is we were pretty young. Altamont had 0 seniors on their team.
Oh, wow.
Maine, I believe, only had maybe 2, if that. So
wow, that'll be fun.
Teams are going to be back. We had 3 seniors. We had a starter that was a starter as a sophomore. She blew her ACL as a junior this year in volleyball, so she didn't get to play. So we're going to get her back next year, and it's going to be tough to replace our seniors and especially Miley's senior leadership that she brought. She's been the leader of this team since they were little, and so we have a program built though. So we put in the work, just like Jaden said. We started playing softball in this 10U. We've continued to run that program. I run that program locally. We run them all the way through 10, 12, 14U, and we are in a situation where we are a reload. We're reloading for year to year, and we should be very competitive for the next 2 or 3 years for sure. So
awesome. Well, that's very impressive. Congratulations to the Milford Tigers. That's Coach Tyler McMullen, Jade McMullen, Miley Wilden, and Staley Beebe on the rush today. Thanks for making time for us. Enjoy the parade, and we'll see you next year, Coach.
All right.
Okay, thanks, guys. We'll be back. Send us your highlights, Andy at therushutah.com or anywhere on social media at The Rush Utah. It's The Rush Utah, high school sports every day.